Hey folks, welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're at Dr. Joe's Acupuncture and Wellness Clinic here over on the west side of Madison. We're going to learn a little bit about how acupuncture can help you with pain management. But first, if cooking is kind of a pain for you possibly, you'll want to stick around because our next guests come from Cassoulet. This is Alyssa Brooks and Nancy Olson. How are you guys?
Good. Thanks for having us.
So it's so good to have you here because there are so many people out there. I mean, life moves so fast nowadays. It's hard to take the time to plan a meal, let alone to actually cook it. But you offer options of food that's cooked here locally that people can pick up, put in their freezer. It comes frozen. Well, I'll let you tell the story. Here I'm telling the whole story. I'll let you tell a little bit about. Tell us a little bit about Cassoulet, and do people pick up the meals or are they home delivery?
Sure. We have several options for getting the meals. So you can join our subscription service, where the meals, you just sign up for the subscription and we home deliver 6 meals a month right to your doorstep.
Okay.
You can order online, and if you order online, you can choose 1 meal, 10 meals. Some people like to stock up their whole freezer. Sure. They have a chest freezer and they order a bunch at a time, or some people just want 1 or 2 for the week. You can order as many as you want, and then you pick them up. And we have pickups at our kitchen on East Wash in Madison, or you can pick up in Sun Prairie or Oregon. So they can pick up once a week if they want, or once every other week, whatever you choose. And we also will be at the Fitchburg Farmers Market starting November 1st, the indoor market. That's in the Promega building there. So you could just swing by and pick up a meal any Thursday night at the market. Or in about a month, we'll be opening a retail shop at our kitchen on East Wash, and you can just stop in anytime and grab a meal.
Wow.
So lots of options to get the food.
Right. So what do? They just have to put it in the oven or whatever, and then it goes right from, you said, I think freezer to oven was your
freezer to oven. Wow. So no thawing. You just take it directly from your freezer, pop it in your oven, or some meals come in a crock pot bag and just goes right into the crock pot. You fold the liner over, put the top on, and hit go.
Cool.
Oh, wonderful. Cool.
I think I'm stealing some of your questions here. This is
I know. I'm
so appealing to me. Wow, it's an easy meal. That's great.
I know, right? That's up my line. And where do you guys get your ingredients? I know there's so much, thought and process and putting into local buying and local food and grocery stores or farmers here. Where do you guys get your ingredients from?
Well, we try to local source where we can. Our beef comes from Wells Farms out of Sun Prairie.
Oh,
Our
nice.
pork comes from Jones out of Fort Atkinson.
Oh, good.
And we've got some relationship with Fisher Family Farms now out of Cambria. So we're trying, especially the meats in that, we do try to use local source products. This summer it's been nice because we've been able to go to the farmers markets and use some of the markets also for the veggies and the fruits.
And we hand make all of our own pasta, so any pasta that comes in your dish is made by hand right in our kitchen.
So this is sounds like it's almost all from scratch, these
It
meals.
is.
That is
Yes,
fantastic. Now, I have this theory about my kids' eating habits, and that is the longer it takes for somebody to prep the meal, the less likely it is for them to actually eat it.
Right.
So do you guys have kid-friendly meals that you offer?
Yes, they've definitely all been kid tested by my family and kid approved. The nice thing about our meals is that we make everything to order. So let's say your kids will not eat peas. You know for sure they will not eat peas. When you buy a meal from us, you can say no peas, and we'll put in a vegetable that your kids will like. So everything is made to order. You can customize meals for your family, knowing what they will and won't eat.
Or if you know your kids just won't eat peas on Thursdays, but Friday might be okay, like my kids are, you can still kind of custom that. Customize that.
Yes. And where do you guys come up with your ideas for the different meals? Do you take suggestions, like if you're vegan or?
We can definitely accommodate allergies and special diet plans as needed, but the meals are mostly things that we've been making forever. I mean, I used to cook with her in the kitchen, my mom and we used to cook together growing up, and she learned many of the recipes from her mom, and they're things that I make for my family all the time, and we've just turned them into freezer meals where people can eat a home-cooked meal without the work.
Exactly.
Oh, that's nice.
And we've tested the meals so that it took a little bit to find out which ones would work freezing them. Because not everything freezes well.
Right,
so
of course.
Again, we've done a lot of testing prior to us opening last November with the meals to make sure they would freeze properly and then reheat.
Real quick before we go, this is such a fantastic idea. How did you guys come up with this idea?
Sure. Like I said, we've been making the meals for a long time. I was in education for 18 years before
Really?
this,
Okay.
and found one of the biggest challenges for families is feeding their family.
Yes.
How do we get to all of these sporting events and all of the commitments after
Yes.
school and still eat a home-cooked meal?
Yes.
And there's just so much fast food going on.
I know.
And,
There's so much of that you can
yeah,
eat. So.
Yep. And so
Justin
this
can't
was
say
an
yes enough.
answer. Yeah, right. This was an answer to that problem. And I started by making them just for my family, and then began making them for others who needed a quick fix but still wanted to feed their families healthy food.
That's
So,
outstanding. Alyssa
Great.
and Nancy from Cassoulet, thank you so much for being
yeah,
here with
thanks
us.
for having
Thank you.
us.
Don't go away. There's more Wisconsin Family coming up after the break.